Firstly, I'd say those numbers just aren't on, are they? And it's kind of eye-opening to hear. When you look at the raw figures, it is very eye-opening, and it's a problem I think that needs to be tackled.
It's women, I guess, ideally I think that a lot more needs to be done by the local council and police in order to make women feel a lot safer moving around the street.
It's quite shocking really, because like, as a guy you obviously don't, well I guess not obviously, but you don't see that side of it. But from experience of, I guess girlfriends or family members, they've sort of said similar things. They've always felt pressure from men when they're walking about, or they've had, been catcalled or whatever like that.
I don't think it's right that anyone should feel unsafe walking on their own streets. Like, I feel as though you should be able to walk freely, walk happily, wherever you are.
I think it's really sad that we still live in a world where a lot of females are forced to feel unsafe out and about. I know for a fact, when I've been out, I've seen cases of men constantly trying over and over again with a girl who obviously isn't interested. And it really does make me quite sick, honestly.
So I feel as though strip clubs lessens women's equality in some men's eyes, because it's like they work for me to dance, to pleasure me, make me happy.
It's the wrong idea to a lot of men. If men go to strip clubs and see that going on, they can probably get a lot of wrong ideas of what women in the public might want or think.
Maybe it's got to start with education. So I think it's very important to educate young men on appropriate behaviour around females.
Perhaps just get rid of them altogether, honestly.
I think a lot of it's like peer pressure. I don't think anyone actually really enjoys it that much. If you do, it's a bit sad.
I feel like there's some sort of peer pressure involved with that. Maybe it's like a societal thing where they think that's the right thing. They think, young lads need to go to strip clubs, whatever.
I'd say it's more of like normalised with older people, like your average middle-aged man kind of thing. Then obviously that causes problems when they come out, and then that affects issues with the younger women.
A lot of the time it's a peer pressure thing, where maybe not everyone will want to go, but it's kind of a boy's mentality to want to go.
I think having strip clubs next to such busy places perhaps isn't ideal for tourism and like Bristol's ethos and how they sort of publicise and market themselves as a city.
So these strip clubs, I believe, are very wrongly located. For example, you've got, just like you said, at Sainsbury's, kids be walking around here and going grocery shopping. You've got people who go to Turtle Bay to enjoy themselves. You've got people, I live in this building right there, so I know people who live there. I've seen a lot of young children, so having to walk by a place such as that, it must be a difficult image to have in your head.
I'd say the location definitely has a negative impact, just because then that's where more people are. So then, obviously I haven't been to a strip club, so I don't know what happens in the club. But then when they come out, they're obviously going to be feeling certain types of ways, and then that could reflect on the way they communicate and interact with just your average women just coming home from a night out or just walking to the shops or something like that.
Having a strip club just on the general high street would definitely normalise and just encourage it a lot more, which I wouldn't personally agree with.
But I think it definitely could lead to, just a safer environment for girls, like other jobs, other opportunities for women working in that industry perhaps.
I think it'll very quickly move on and people aren't going to miss them that much, to be honest.
A positive step towards equality, I'd say, yeah.
I think it's a broader problem with a lot of these sort of studies of people say they do things but they're not really fully committed.
It sounds a bit like they're saying one thing and then doing the opposite, so it's not really like making sense for the young women and stuff like that.
You have the research there of it does promote inequality and it is not good, it's not safe for people who live here.
It's quite sort of controversial, isn't it? It's not really, I don't think it's obviously a good move to do.
Yeah, it's quite, I'd say, hypocritical maybe. I mean, it's all good saying you're gonna push for equality, but it's more actions speak louder than words.